Throughout the process of creating my music video, there was several media technologies that I've had to use. The most obvious things being a filming camera, a tripod and an Apple Mac, but these are all from college, so I ain't able to show you these on this video. So I thought I'd show you the things that I've used, like the physical things that I've used mainly at home, but also to transfer work and organise things. So the first is my laptop, which is a Toshiba. So on it I have lots of files, like an A2 folder with my media folder, which shows you all of the files, the photos, the different Photoshop things, like how I've done it for my ancillary texts. So this is where I've stored like most of my files, but then I've also used stuff like memory sticks and other things to store it as backup. At the start of the year I didn't actually have a laptop, so whilst researching and planning my music video it was quite hard because I had to do a lot of it at college. But when I did get it, I think it was just before the Christmas holidays, I also got a number of packs to go with it. I got the Office 365, which is basically stuff like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and stuff like that, which is obviously useful for planning and researching, because when I was making like PowerPoints on the conventions and like other research things, I can't exactly remember what I used for each one, but it just helped me to put it all into one document instead of doing just blog posts all the time, and I was able to use a variety of different technologies. So that was really helpful. And then I also got this, which is the cloud, and basically allows you to back up all of your files online, and you can retrieve it from like a number of places, which is really good. So if there's any problems with your computer or any, like, you can't retrieve files there, you've still got a backup of it on the cloud where you can like go onto your phone or tablet and retrieve the file. So all of my work is usually safe. And then I also got it's like a security thing, and it allows you to just do scans and make sure there's no viruses, which is good because it stops me from losing work myself, but it also stops me from transferring such viruses to like computers at college if I wanted to, if I use my memory stick to then you like update the files at college. So I found this really helpful as well. Then I've also got my memory sticks, which I use. I keep them all in my pencil case so that they're not lost easily. So the one I use the most is this one, the Sony 16GB. This is good because it's got a large storage, which means I can pretty much keep all of my media files just on this one memory stick, and I haven't yet run out of storage on it, and I've not had any problems with losing files because I always eject the memory stick properly, and I always remember memory stick, which is it's quite a problem with lots of students. They always forget the memory sticks in the libraries and just in the computers around the college, so I always remember to keep mine. And then if I ever do run out, or if there is a problem, I've also got a backup memory stick that I carry, but I haven't actually really used this. There's probably about a couple of files on it, but it's just good to have a backup in case there is a problem with my first one, so that any work I've got that I've like got on the other memory stick or on the computer that I've just done, I can still take it home with me if there was a problem. So I'd have that for basically just as a precaution. I also keep them all in the pencil case just because it's quite big, and I have in the past had problems losing things, so I like to keep it in my pencil case, so I've never lost it, and it just helps me to keep everything together. I also have my SD cards. The biggest one, which I've been using for filming, is the 8GB, which is a class 10 memory card. But I'm using it to film this, so I can't show you it. But that's the one I've been using for filming because it means that I've got a lot of room on it and I don't have to use numerous memory cards. But I have, on the last few filming sessions, run out of space and I've had to delete some clips. But because I'm always making sure that I go to the Apple Mac that I've been using at college and store all my files on that before I give the camera back or anything like that, I've always got a backup on there, so I don't have to worry about losing it. So I can just delete files if I have to. So I haven't found a big problem with that. The other SD card that I use is this one. It's a 4GB one, and it's a SanDisk, but it's only a class 4, so it's not as good quality and it's not got as much space on it. So I have only used this for ancillary text, just to take photos and stuff like that. I've kept my 8GB for filming, just so, because it's a better class and it'll be better quality of image. Whereas when it's a photo, it doesn't have to be as good, I've found. So that's why I like this for that. And although it is small gigabyte, you've got the ability to just upload it onto your computer or your memory stick and save it, and then you can just delete it off the card anyway. It's not like you have to keep it, so I found that's quite good. And I also, as a precaution, have a micro SD card that goes into my phone, and I carry this SD card which goes into the computer. There's a little slot here, and you put the card from your phone into it, and then when it's in there, you can put it into the computer. And then once you put it into the computer, it's just the same as any other SD card. So you don't have to. So it's just like you can get it from your phone straight away. So if I've ever taken like photos to put on my blog, or if I've just done a little video to show something, I've been able to just upload it real quick, and it's not like a hassle by like. But if I've had any problems with this, like I found it hard or something, I've been able to just email photos to myself. So, but I just carry it around as a precaution. And on my laptop, it's really easy to use these things because there's a little slot. You can't really see it on the camera, but there's a little slot around here, and you just put your memory card into it, like that. And then it'll come up on my computer, and then with my security thing, it asks if you want to scan it, so I can scan before I've even opened the documents, just to make sure that there's no files that are a threat. And as I said before, I always eject properly, so go onto my computer and it comes up here, and you right click eject, and then you can just simply take it out again. And then the memory sticks go in the USB side, at the side, which is here, and they just go in like that. So that's all my memory storage things. I also use things such as my phone, which is just on charge here. Just take it off. On my phone I have all my social networking, so if I ever want to upload my products to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, I can do that and then people can comment on it and give me feedback, so I know what's bad about it, what's good about it. So it's really easy to just go through. I also use memos, which I often use as little reminders about, say I've got some work to do for the next day on my blog, or there's a post that I've just thought about in class, and then at the end of class I'll go on my phone, I'll type in what I want to do on a blog post, so when I get home I can do it. So I don't forget, because I do this because I do forget quite a lot. So then if I've got a memo, then I'll look at it and be like, oh yeah, I need to do that, and I can just do it as soon as I get home, and hopefully I'll get more marks for it. So I found that real helpful. I've also used messaging to message people like Kate and Jack, who are my cast members, because when I've been filming, although I do use Facebook chat, which is there, I find they don't always view it as much, so I can text them and then they'll just reply straight away, like saying if they can come or not, or if there's any problems with like the costume they have to wear or anything like that at the times. So it's just really easy to do. I don't think there's anything else on. You have used the camera to take photos, like behind the scene photos, when I've been filming. And then I've emailed them myself, or I've used that micro SD card, which is in there, to get them back onto the computer and put them on my blog so people can see what I've been doing. So yeah, that's all I've used my phone for, really. I've also used a little diary, because then if I am in class and I can't use my phone, which is the thing I check most when I look for things I need to do, I've got a little diary which just shows things that I have to do for different days, and I usually put dates on them. Like it's for all of my work, but I've got stuff like media, and then a lot of the time I put at the back, I put like ideas I've had. So at the back I put like album cover ideas, and I had several different ideas which I then at the end of the day put into a mind map and put on my blog. And then I've got like music ad ideas, and I looked at the vaccines in the class at one point, and I saw the music ad, and I really liked the idea that they'd had, and I wanted to like try and use a similar like style. So I put them at the back of my notepad, and then I look at them, and then I remember, and then I can, like, when I'm making the like ancillary text or whatever, I can look at them and see if it works and play around with it. So I found that's really good. So I've done that and as well as like using the diary, I often use post-it notes. Like this is, I think, the last one I used when I was doing my research, and it's just like it's just like a to-do list, so I can tick off, or I can make a new post-it note when I've done things. Like I did a conventions PowerPoint, existing products and stuff like that, and I looked at all of these separately, and it was just things that I'd done. So it's like the same with my diary when I thought about doing like different things for the ancillary text and stuff. It's just the same, but I found that post-it notes I can just like stick them anywhere. So a lot of time I do stuff like that, and then I'll put it on here on my bedside table, so that when I wake up in the morning, or if I'm doing work on my laptop, I can just go back to it and just see what I've done, and then I can make new ones and just make rows of them, and it helps me to keep organised. So I found that's a really good idea. I don't think there's anything else I really use. I have got headphones, which I take like everywhere, because when I'm at home I often use them just to, like, if I'm watching some of the clips that I've done, I can hear like the music and background noise. So if I ever decided I wanted to put any noise like over the top of the soundtrack as like building the narrative or something like that, I can. Or when I'm at college, when I'm editing, I found that it's really annoying when people forget to bring headphones and they're editing and they've got their music out loud and you can't concentrate on your own. So I always bring headphones so I can just put them in and do my editing without being disturbed, and then I can make sure my editing's on the beat of the track and is like like in time to how I want it to, like specifically with like lip syncs and stuff. So I found it's really helpful to just carry headphones around with you, just in case.